Hello, Orko. Congratulations. Congratulations on joining FMS. So what we'll do today, we'll try to understand from you how you prepared for the math section of the CAT paper. So can you please throw some light how you went about preparing for the QA section?
Yes, sir. So first of all, there were two parts. Firstly, clearing the concept, and then picking your strengths and weaknesses, and then going about attempting the mocks. So I divided my entire preparation into three halves. So the first part of it, preparing concepts, started around February while I was doing offline classes with CL. I made sure that I learned the concepts that were given in the study materials beforehand, before going to a class, before doing a class on the subject, so that I could make the most out of what the faculty was teaching in the class. So I did that, and then I also solved all the class sheets and the exercises that were given in the study materials. And then I also took topic tests and sectional tests in order to clear my concepts up. And come April, I started taking mocks, and at first I was not getting the scores up to my expectation levels because I thought my concepts were clear, but I did not have a strategy of attempting the paper. So I was attempting every sum. I was attempting the difficult sums, taking them on my ego and trying to solve it when I did not have to solve them. So the boosted analysis that were given in the aspirations website, it really helped me to understand where I went wrong. So I understood that I was spending more time on the questions that were marked difficult.
Okay.
So I corrected it. Also, I identified my strengths and weaknesses. So basically, my strengths were those those chapters where I was getting sums correct and correct quickly. And my weaknesses were those where accuracy wasn't that high, and I was also taking a lot of time. So after I identified my strengths and weaknesses, I made sure that I practiced them between two mocks so that I did not repeat the same mistakes. And I also created a strategy in which I was attempting the paper in three rounds. In the first round, I was doing all the easy questions. In the second round, I was doing the questions which were medium. I knew how to do them, but I also knew that they would take some time for me to do it. And in the third round, if there was any time remaining, then I was attempting the difficult questions. So I was not attempting the entire paper at one go. And also, based on different mocks, I was trying to start the paper from different points. It was not as if that I was starting every mock from the starting. I was starting some mock from the first question, some from the last question, some from the beginning, because you never know where the easier questions are located. So I made it a habit of trying every possible permutation combination that was possible. So yeah, that was my plan.
So Orko, could you tell us which chapters you think are the most represented in CAT and are perhaps the most vital for preparation in CAT?
I think that after going through the previous year's papers and also listening to the faculty members of Career Launcher, I realized that arithmetic and algebra were the two chapters which you could not leave out. And the rest these were the points of parity, and the rest of the chapters were a point of differentiation. So like for me, geometry was historically my weak. I simply could not get geometry sums right. So I made sure that I learned the very basics of geometry, like the basics of circles and the basics of triangles, so that I did not have to leave out absolute sitters that CAT offered in the geometry section. But I also made sure that I maximized my score in the algebra and arithmetic section. Also, number systems and permutation combinations I was, traditionally good at, because I'm an engineer and I did permutation combination in class 11, 12, and also later on in my UG. So those weren't a problem.
So I think in a nutshell, what Orko is trying to tell us, firstly, basics must be cleared. Then I think what we need to do is to ensure that we identify our strengths and weaknesses, and selecting the right set of questions from the entire section, I think, is the key. So you must ensure that all the easy questions are answered first, And then in the second round, the medium ones. And if time permits, we need to go to the toughest ones. So all in all, the section presents to you a bit of selective study options, but arithmetic and algebra are definitely the most important areas which we need to focus on. Thank you, Orko. Thanks a lot, and
Thank
wishing
you,
you all
sir.
the best.